to guarding some of the other, top guards in the league, you have to, just make them work as hard as possible to do what they like to do. And a guy like Steve, dominates the basketball the way he does. It's really not a matter of, saying that you're going to shut him down or slow him down or, at the end of the night when you look at the stat sheet, there's still a lot of things that he's going to accomplish because he has the ball. And so it's not really about looking at the numbers per se, but it's how, how you push him, allow him, force him to get to some of those numbers.
Can you even try to get offensive rebounds, or you just have to turn around and run when the shot goes
No,
up?
I mean, big guys that are around the basket, for sure. I mean, it's it's a way to slow down teams from running in transition. And if we execute our offense, then offensive rebound opportunities are designed to be there without having to. You don't have to necessarily run from 30 feet out to run in and try and get an offensive rebound. And so that's why we talk so much about our offensive execution because it allows us to be better defensively, and we've done a better job of it as the postseason is going on.
Derek, how do you assess the 6 days off between games and how you guys have practiced leading up into this thing?
How do I assess it?
Yeah.
Practice. I mean, you can't duplicate anything that happens in the game, really. You can try. You can go over plays. You can, cover a lot of things, but there isn't anything that mirrors exactly what you go through in an NBA playoff game. So, you do your best, and, the coaches, they take us through a lot of things this week. But until we start off at 6 o'clock tomorrow, it was really just a week of practice. That about sums it up. And then, tomorrow we got to lace it up and figure out a way to win a game.
But do you think the layoff has been good overall for the guys who needed it?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Anytime you have an opportunity to rest and, allow your body to, kind of rejuvenate itself and heal, and, in particular for Kobe and Andrew and, some of our guys that have logged heavier minutes, Powell, Lamar. I think it's been a good week in that regard, but it also means that you have to expend a lot of energy regenerating the collective, energy and thrust that you have to have as a team. You start over from zero, and so a lot of times that's a difficult process. So, we can't get caught sleeping on that to start the game tomorrow.
There was a point last year in the conference finals against Denver where there was a timeout and it was a close game, and you kind of pulled these guys in and you said, this is what we're in position to do. Now, fast forward a year, when you're trying to repeat as a champion, is there something you want to bring in as a veteran who's defended a title before that you want this team to do in this series?
I mean, not anything that I haven't said,
Right.
to this point for now. A lot of times when I have things to say during the game, it's something that has come to me right at that time in that moment, and it's something I feel that needs to be said. But, we've talked a lot in the last several weeks about, taking advantage of this opportunity that we have in front of us, and, really, cliche as it sounds, taking it one game at a time. And, I know Kobe's talked about building momentum, in the playoffs this past week, and, we've done that in a lot of ways. But with this break, like I said, we're back to square one now. And so the sense of urgency and, the intensity and the focus that was required to beat Oklahoma City, beat Utah, to then basically empty that jar out and then have to fill it back up is not easy. And that's what we're faced with right now. And, we're going to have to be ready at 6 o'clock tomorrow to do that. No question about it.
You've been to this point several times. Do you feel you guys are as ready as you have been in the past when you had to take care of biz?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like I said, there isn't, you don't win tomorrow's game, you don't win the conference finals, you don't win the championship in this building. It's just coming to this building day to day is, part of the job, and you practice to improve and get better. But you don't know until you know.
Yep.
And until we hoist that trophy and we're on that stage, after winning the championship, we don't know if we're ready yet. And so that's why sports is so great, and that's why so many people love to talk about it and write about it and report about it, because you don't know. You can't script it. So we'll see.
Are you feeling good about it?
Two more
No,
guys.
I feel good. I
Yeah.
mean, I think our team is in a good spot mentally. We're physically overall in a good spot when you consider what we've done over the last few years. To only have really one guy, with a serious, I guess, injury, that's pretty good. Having gone to the conference finals 3 straight years and played, a few hundred games now in the last 3 calendar years, and so that's a lot of basketball. So overall, we're healthy, and it's just time to go out and play now. And it'll be fun.
How do you
Derek,
feel
given the
about
fact
your
that-
game so far during the playoffs? I mean, you're playing a lot better, statistical-wise than you did during the regular season and during last year's playoffs. How do you feel about the way you've seemingly elevated your game in these playoffs?
I mean, just doing the things I normally do. It's just, sometimes in the playoffs, because of matchups and games and situations, I'm on the floor a lot more. I probably haven't played 40 minutes in 40 years. I mean, I don't know when was the last time I played 40 minutes. Maybe in the 3rd year in my career, or in an overtime game or something like that. So, I don't think it's a night and day thing where I can start picking out things that I'm doing that are totally different than regular season. I just think for probably just about every guy in the NBA, when you start stretching out minutes on a consistent basis, you'll see his game and the rhythm of his game and the flow of his game really start to smooth out and pick up. And that's why guys always complain about minutes, because they know that things tend to smooth out when that happens.